What's up, guys? IntelliTech Mobile, and we have a bunch of monitors. For whatever reason, over the last few years, I've accumulated an amass of thrift store monitors. And now that I've downsized the amount of computers that I've had set up at once, and the fact that pretty much every desktop that I had set up would have at least 3 monitors, means that I have a lot of extra monitors now. And considering I just upgraded my main one, um, even less so do I need all these extra monitors. But some of these I haven't ran in so many years, I don't know if they still work. And after seeing the video that I did on the previous HP and the previous Dell monitors that I had that were pretty decent, not get any views, it's probably best that we just shove all the remaining ones into its own video that we can just bust through real quick. With the most recent example being this Lenovo monitor, which we'll actually test this one last because it's the only one that requires an external power supply. Everything else, from what I remember, is just an IEC. So we're going to go through all these monitors and see which one of these works and what they look like, and hopefully I'll remember to read off the model numbers of all of them so that way if I need to research them later I can. So this one's interesting because it's Lenovo, so it actually matches my laptop. So this one is a ThinkVision monitor, so I'll probably keep this one if for no other reason than just to keep the Think branding, because I'm a big fan of that. Apparently this belonged to a bank at one point, and this particular Lenovo is from January 2014, so it's actually fairly new, which I've never actually looked at that before. And this one, see if I can find the model number on it. So the FRU number is 03T8514, but I don't know if that's a model number. But it was made in January 2014. So I'm not sure what the model number is. Maybe it's one of these. But nevertheless, and I just unplugged that. This particular one also has DVI and VGA, so it's a little bit more useful than the ones that are a little more versatile, I should say, than the ones that are just VGA. Alright, so now we open the laptop. I heard the doot noise, and we're going to go ahead and unlock this so we get to our desktop. Okay, it did do something. So now we're going to plug in the power. And yep, so it did do something. It clearly is detecting the display, even though it's not getting power, which is strange. So now we're going to plug in the power cable. I thought I plugged it in. Maybe I didn't. And we'll turn it on. ThinkVision. Hey, there we go. Is this IPS? It appears to be IPS because the viewing angles are actually really good on this. Nice and bright. Obviously blurry, but that's because of the way this is set up. So let's do show my desktop on external display only, because it says it's running at 1600 by 900 right now. Hey, there we go. And we'll OK on that. Is this native res? Might be native res. It looks pretty decent. I assume this is 1600 by 900, but we will check. Yes, 1600 by 900. So it's 900p. It's not quite 1080p, but it looks pretty damn good for 900p, honestly. This seems pretty decent. And then I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember display settings, advanced settings, see what the modes are on this. List all modes. So it looks like it goes, well, okay, it goes up to 75 hertz, but apparently not natively. Oh, never mind, it does go to 75 hertz. There we go. I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. And for some reason, 75 hertz made it fuzzier. Or maybe? No? I don't think it did, actually. I think it just looks fuzzy because I think the screen's dusty. So yeah, that looks great. So this will definitely go into the keep pile. Now it seems the majority of these are Dell, so maybe we'll do the HP next, and then we can fly through the just sheer amount of Dells. So this one also is a DVI and VGA. This one is model number A3M50A. Wonder if there's a date code on this. April 2012. So again, this one is the last decade. It's not older than that, at least. Again, this one's quite dusty. So we'll plug this one in real quick. This one, I actually like how the ports stick out. A little bit easier to... Okay, it says input signal out of range. Change settings to 1600 by 900. So I assume this one is also, well, it is 900p. Again, we're going to do show on external display only, and we're going to hit apply. All right. And again, this one looks a little fuzzy, but I think that's just because of it being dusty. Let's go to display settings. This one, oh, can this one go higher? Ooh, is this 1080p? Ooh, input signal out of range. Okay, so apparently it is not. Yeah, it says change settings to 1600 by 900. So that's kind of strange how it lets us change it to 1080p, even though the monitor doesn't support it. I assume it's going to refresh back since we didn't hit OK. Yeah, so it looks like 900. Yeah, and this time it changed it. So 900p is the max. And we're going to list all modes again. Or no, that's not it. We go to monitor. This one also can go to 75 hertz. So again, can make it a little, just a touch smoother. Now it's trying to auto adjust. And again, this one looks a little fuzzier. This one actually looks pretty fuzzy. I can see what appear to be jail bars going down the screen, so I'm not sure what the deal with that is. So it appears to be okay. I wonder if that's, I don't think that's dirt. I don't know if that'll pick up on camera, but there's like vertical bars. You can see, look on the green section, that's kind of teal. You can kind of see there's like alternating bars, like white and sort of dark stripes going up and down the screen. So yeah, not sure what the deal with that is. So this one definitely isn't as good as the Lenovo, at least to me. Again, you kind of see as we scroll underneath the taskbar and kind of see where it pops out, just the way that looks. So yeah, I mean, this does okay, but those jail bars do kind of give me some pause. I'll probably mess with this one later and see if I can get that taken care of. So this might go into the maybe pile. So this Dell I already plugged in. This one's a Dell model number P170SB, and this one's one of the Ultra Sharps, where it's got the USB hub built in, and it's got DVI as well as the option to plug in the soundbar. So this is actually quite a nice one, but unfortunately this one isn't in the best shape, as it's got rust on the bottom and some sort of mysterious remnants of some sort of mysterious liquid. And again, this one definitely needs cleaned. So this doesn't look like it's very high resolution though, unless that's just the way that this is. Let me go to display settings. Okay, it says 1280 by 1024, but what's the highest? Okay, it definitely doesn't go to 1080p. That's not right. 1280 by 1024. I believe that's the max res. Yeah, definitely the max res is 1280 by 1024. Perfectly fine for a secondary monitor. A little bit too square to just be the main monitor unless you had a pack of these, which to be fair I do. So this one does work, and it's one of the really nice Ultra Sharps. You can see this poor little guy definitely needs some TLC. There's a lot of gunk and goodness knows what on this thing. So I don't know where, I mean, this thing was, Yeah, I don't even remember where I grabbed this thing from. I think this was sitting in the basement for God knows how long. And this one has survived many moves and everything. These things just never break. So definitely gonna keep. Well, then again, if I keep saying I'm gonna keep all these, then yeah, what's that gonna do? So who knows? So this one is a P190SF. So this one appears to be the exact same ultra sharp monitor, the same USB hub, and the same I/O and everything, same black bezel. But this one appears to just be in better condition and a slightly bigger model. So it seems like it's obviously the better one, because it is. But the question is, does it work? Because this is the first one to not turn on automatically by itself. Oh goodness, is this the first one we have that actually doesn't work? Okay, well. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Spoke too soon. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, these never break. Since when would this not work? These never not work. 1280 by 1024 again? Can we go higher? I don't know. I feel like we can't. These are... Yeah, I definitely can't do 1080p. That's not right. I forgot to check the hertz on the other one, but I don't care. Can this one do 75? Hold on, generic PMP monitor, make sure that's selected. So this one can do 75 hertz. Hey, there we go. And yeah, 1280 by 1024 is max resolution again. So this one does work, and this one apparently came from some kind of miscellaneous thrift store that's not a Goodwill. So these came from who knows where. I probably ripped the stickers off, probably Goodwill or some sort of thrift store. This one also came from some kind of thrift store. I have so many of these Dell Ultra Sharps, but they're such good monitors. I mean, they really are. They're great secondary displays. So it really sucks that these aren't the same size. Otherwise, it'd be good to use both of these as matching, side displays. But if they don't match, they're not going to look right. So this one's probably going to get cleaned up and go away. The HP, who knows? This one I might try to keep, but we'll see. This one's a maybe. Honestly, the HP and the Dell I'll probably not keep. But this one's a maybe. But I don't know. Who knows? And I'm not going to throw any of these away, for the record. I would donate them or do something with them. Who knows? But yeah, so that's this one. On to... Well, that's pretty much all the squares. So now we're back to the widescreen. So we got 3 widescreen Dells and then the Lenovo. And this little silver bezel Dell. This one is a model number S19 9WFPV. And this one was made in 2008, so this one's a much older display. Although I imagine those square Ultra Sharps that don't have date codes are probably equally as old. Well, that's not centered. That's definitely not centered correctly. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, it's definitely not centered. 1440 by 900. Can we go to 1080p? Or is it just gonna... Ooh, that's nasty looking. Yeah, this isn't 1080p. It's definitely 900p. Oh, I don't even have 1600 by 900. Is this one 1440 by 900? Is this 1610? I just didn't realize it. I don't know, but it's not formatting correctly. Apparently 1440 1040 by 900 is native res. But our start menu is off the screen. So advanced settings, maybe if I change the refresh rate, it'll also... Yeah, this one also goes to 75 hertz, so that's good. Maybe that'll make this one... Hey, I was right. It did make it readjust. So this one's the same vertical resolution, but because it's 16 by 10, but the same resolution, there's less space this way. So at least that's my understanding of that. Or yeah, that's right. So yeah, a little bit more cramped of a monitor. Still an LCD, and still quite nice, honestly. This would be just fine in some circumstances. So, you know, be decent. Probably good for just like web browsing or something like that. Nothing too crazy. It's not as hard to use as a main monitor as the square ones, just because a lot of web pages aren't really formatted well to those anymore. And hell, with modern Windows, the search box takes up so much on the taskbar by default that you don't even have a lot of space. But, you know, if you're running an older OS, then, you know, you've got, you know, 3 or 4 programs you can run before they start getting squished. So, it's not bad. And more so 5 or 6 if I remove the quick launch. So, yeah, this one's not bad. I'll probably keep this one just because I like the silver bezel. Most of the time you don't see silver bezels anymore. They're always black. I like the silver. So that'll probably stay for a little bit. And this one I got at a Habitat for Humanity for $10 many years ago, because that place is definitely not open anymore. So this Dell is way newer than I thought it was. This one's a model number ST2210B. Not only does this one have HDMI as well as DVI, although the port's looking a little strange, it has audio in and out. So I suspected this one had speakers based on how fat the bezels were, but it appears that it officially does. Now, how good those speakers are remains to be seen. And this thing, see them, the stains on it, this poor thing has definitely been through a lot. And the bezels on this are insanely thick for it being a reasonably modern display. So I'm not sure what the deal with that is. But let's mess with these display settings, because our wallpaper definitely isn't matched up for whatever reason. And let's go... Okay, so this one is limited to 60 hertz. It's not a high refresh rate, but it has speakers built in, which of course we're not using because we don't have HDMI hooked up. So yeah, but that's kind of cool. So this one could theoretically double as a TV in a sense. That being said, I don't really know if I don't really think I need that functionality. So I don't really know if there's a purpose to me having a monitor like this if I'm not going to use it. Because, well, I mean, I guess it'd be handy to not need any sort of speakers, but I don't think any computer that I have where that would make good use has HDMI in the first place. So it's cool, but I don't know if I'd use the features on this monitor to justify keeping it. So this is another one that's probably going to go in the maybe pile as far as whether or not I keep it or not, along with this Dell. So far, honestly, these three so far, so this Lenovo and this Dell I'm definitely going to keep. This one I'm probably going to keep. And then these two I'm definitely not going to keep. And probably that Lenovo, sorry to jump the gun, but probably that Lenovo too. But this is definitely going to be moved on to the next one. So far the highest resolution though, this one's actually 1080p. Although the picture is still, well actually that looks okay. Actually, I keep thinking the picture looks fuzzy, but it's just because the screen's dirty and needs cleaned. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. So this one's odd because it looks like it has speakers on the top, but that's just a cooling grill. This one doesn't have anything other than HDMI. So even though it's widescreen, it appears to be a base model from 2010. And this one is a Dell IN1910NF. It's also very dusty. And I had to remove the VGA cable, but thankfully it wasn't busted or anything, so that's good. See, and this one's got a cute little door to reveal the VESA screws. I can already tell you I'm not going to keep this one just because of just the other things, but this does look okay, though, to be fair. Again, probably 1600 by 900 if I had to guess. Oh, 1366 by 768. Is that really the max res? There's no way that's the max resolution. List all modes. Okay. And just 60 hertz. Okay, well. So, can we go higher? Oh. Oh, that is nasty. Look at that. Look at how fuzzy that is. Yeah, so no, this is... Apparently this is 1366 by 768, which I didn't even know they made. I didn't even know they made standalone monitors with that low of a resolution. Yeah, that's awful. What's the point of this? This is stupid. So yeah, this one's definitely going to go, because I don't care about this anymore. Although, in its defense, for it being 768p, it's nice and sharp, and it looks good. So if you didn't need a lot of desktop real estate, or you need it for an old person where they're going to have it scaled up anyways, this would be a good option. So, not for me though. So this one is a Lenovo. This one's from 2016. This one's pretty new. Only 8 years old. This one's an L2264A. And this one did not come with a power cord, and it's the type that a lot of the Lenovo laptops use. Now, I'm not sure what the voltage is. Oh yeah, it is 19 to 20 volts. So I've got a universal charger here with the proper tip. So this should work, in theory. And if it doesn't, this one thankfully was only $5, but I would hope that it would work. So, first thing we'll do is plug in the very good Anytime, as Mark from Classic Game Room calls it, which is the correct pronunciation. I don't care what the actual term is, that's what it's called. And cursor. Oh, freaking out. Okay. To be fair, this is the newest machine, or monitor. Okay, just show on the external. And now we can plug, I can find the end, plug this in. There we go. Hey, Lenovo, there we go. Oh, well, okay. So that's kind of weird. There's half of this has a blue tint. Wow, that is really, wow, you can really see that on the white background. That is bad. Say we're on 1080p. I might try changing the refresh rate. Okay, it doesn't go beyond 60 hertz. Okay. Although it is a very smooth 60 hertz. Yeah, that's, wow. You can really see that right down the middle. This side looks great. Like, it actually does look really good. Nice and crisp for 1080p. But there's a blue square on the whole side of it. What if I open up a browser? And okay, let's open up a browser and see, you know, something on dark mode. Hey, here we go. Okay, so on a dark mode, you actually can't. I feel like I can still see a line, but I can't. Yeah, so if you have a dark theme running, this actually looks just fine, it seems. But it's just, so if I window key D. Yeah, even there you can see it. You can see this side's blue. I'm not sure if there's a way to fix that. And there's some buttons back here. These aren't labeled very well, but I'm sure one of these does something. Okay. Okay, maybe one of these. Okay, oh. Nope. Ow. Okay. Yeah, so this has a little bit of a tint to it, so I'm not really sure what the deal with that is. But yeah, so definitely not going to keep this one, but I am going to try to see what I can do with that. Or I'll just throw it out the window, who knows. But yeah, so that was the Intelitech Mobile official monitor testing escapades in celebration of my new Dell 1440p monitor that I got as a Black Friday special, because frankly I don't need all these monitors. So this one, that one, this one, and this one are all going away. This one's definitely staying, and these two are a maybe. So yeah, and who knows, I think there's even like other monitors randomly floating around, because I think there's one like underneath my sink that I never grabbed, unless and that might be one of these actually, but who knows. So yeah, this was Intelitech Mobile with monitor testing escapades. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and if you didn't have fun, well then, I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Would it be fun doing like a little drop test with this monitor? See how durable these monitors actually are. It'd be kind of fun. I mean, it was only $5, so. And it is not working. Which is kind of crazy, because this monitor is the newest out of all of these, and yet all of these have outlived it. So. And it's not just a Dell thing, because there is a Lenovo over here. So yeah. That's pretty much that. Anyways, Intelitech Mobile signing out. Have a good one. Peace.